Hello. Have you noticed? You love being negative, right? Well, negativity is the new positive in this coronavirus world. Remember, if you get a negative, and that is a positive attitude to life, because you can be out and about. You can step out if you're negative. If you're positive, you stay where you are, locked, isolated, self-isolated. So being negative is, after all, not a bad thing, is it? And that bad thing should not make you feel in any way causing trouble, causing mental diarrhea, mental, psychological, and anxiety and physical derange. Being negative is a way to become positive in life. If you don't understand clearly, let me take this very negative things, the glasses, the hat, all of those extra frills that you put on to decorate yourself. You must never become a failure in your negativity. Being negative is also a way beyond the doorway. Negative means it is also an opportunity to enhance for a better, more vibrant, resilient, more energetic, more awakened, more inward, more conscious, individual state of affair for you to be responsible. In this responsible way out of the current situation, and for us to improve the planet that we live and share, is also a solution that we can all embrace together as humanity, or as human beings, or as human species on this planet, and remind ourselves every life is significant, every life is here because the Creator and the creation has woven life as a whole. For you to decide that you are more significant than the other should not and must not become your self-centered interest in seeing yourself to be better than the other is not the way forward. But for us to all elevate ourselves and lift ourselves out of situations we've created for ourselves for centuries and for millennia, as long as human species have existed here on earth. We have only gone from caves to coming out of the caves, and today going back into our caves, so-called our homes, because the situation we have created in the existence, the environment around us, is so foul, so indesperate, so unfair, so brutal. The human foot and the human footprint and the human hand has been so heavy, so blunt, and so vicious, so virulent on this planet, that every life has been sacrificed. The forest has been cut and burned. in vain for greedy aspirations of making money. All your money that you make are simply, you're unable to take it away with you. Especially you realize the money that you've been chasing has caused us a tremendous harm to the planet, and our existence and our survival is at the very edges. And to reverse it, there are no vaccines, there are no tests, there are no protocols, there are no procedures, there are no scientific fixing of reversing the climate, the environmental impact. It is in individual hands of the 7 billion of population that is on this planet, who has the hand, who has the conscious, responsible step inward to make this planet a livable and environmentally breathable, drinkable, arable enough land so that we can feed ourselves and feed all the other creatures, and every other life could also be woven into this fabric of wholesome life that is the planet and the existence that supports every life and its breath and its exhalation and the inhalation, the plants, the trees, the forests, the oceans, the rivers, the mountains, the waterfalls, the streams, the meadows, the deltas. We are closing into becoming extinct if you don't take the step forward. Before you take a step forward, take the step inward to make you realize our existence, our health, and our well-being simply depend on the environment that we live upon and that we exist. If you try to do yoga and foul up the environment that you live in and ignore and neglect the very step that you walk upon this earth, and unable to realize the impact we cause as a collective human species on the planet, we will find ourselves irreversible and the most fragile situation for us to exist here on earth. Having said all of these words, how does these words resonate and equate, and what sort of meaning would you make up in your mind? The meaning, regardless of what I say, the words of translated words of meaning, interpretation of what I'm saying, in your understanding and your environmental impact will certainly make you realize the words. If you sincerely pay attention, the sensitive nature and the fragile nature of life that we are all here on earth, the impact we cause today, the reversible possibilities that we can become as a conscious human being, human species on this planet, simply by observing other creatures, how they live life. Because the planet is not here to harm you or me or any other life. It provides life, it gives life, and it blossoms life all around us. It feeds us all. It can feed every life that is here today. It will feed all the necessities to resources what life requires for survival. What is not going to be is your individual greed, your individual aspirations to destroy and destruct and remove life from earth and destruct life on earth is what will cause every life to diminish, and for planet and the existence to recover with much more painful ways that none of us will have a solution to exist. Having said all of this, being negative these times is a positive way forward, and for us all to be involved and embrace each other and remind ourselves of our fragility and our impermanence and our mortal nature of life. Having said all of this, I'm sure you can only relate to the experience of life that you have had. And in that, if you pay attention to your nature of life as a human being or as life, apart from what you got and what psychological dramas you run up in your head, you will realize ultimately, before it's too late for you and for everyone that you depend on and everyone that is dependent on, must be shared of this knowledge that we are all equally impacted by the environment that we live. We are equally nourished and nurtured by the environment that we live. The forces of environmental change may impact us seriously. Forces of nature is far more and far greater and powerful than all human beings and all species combined on this earth. For us to survive, simply, for us to exist, simply, we simply have to bow down, understand the ferocity and the forces of nature, be gentle in our ways, be responsible in our conduct. In consciousness, we will line and be in perfect geometry with the earth, the planet, the existence, and the way of life. And in that, we can pretty much sync and be in tune with the environment, the existence, the breath, the very sense and very transaction of life with a wider and a greater existence, the life of that. It is time for me to share these thoughts of most gentle nature, that after traveling extensively, feeling and sensing the need to share a minuscule drop, a speck of knowledge or what I have seen, without any exaggeration. Over the years of 40 years of my travels, I have seen an incredible impact that humans have caused on the planet and the life of this planet, and every other life has been sacrificed and destroyed and removed, pretty much extinct from the planet and the surface of our planet Earth. And this is a reminder that we are not too far, not too long for us to go in this very greedy, selfish aspirations that we have introduced ourselves with by empowering through technology and machine. We have removed, we have accelerated the rate of and the speed of destruction that we have caused with our heavy-handedness, using machines to destroy every life that exist on this planet. Pretty much we are in a way trying to reduce the life that is around supporting us. In turn, it is going to cause a tremendous pain, tremendous struggle, and tremendous suffering for all species on this planet. Whilst we are exploring into the red planets to find life elsewhere, forgetting the life here on Earth is the first step in taking care of this planet before we start exploring life elsewhere. Remember, whatever we have here today on Earth has not gone anywhere apart from the new technology we have sent out of our planet onto another planet and landed on that planet. Apart from that device alone, everything else that we have found on this planet, we have invented, created, imagined, is still here. It's in many different forms. What was soil once are buildings today. What was liquid is vapor. What was rocks are powdery and in the air. No matter what we have done, everything we created, everything we found is and from this planet Earth. It is time for us to now bow down and respect and remind ourselves the limited and a brief moment of time that we have here on this earth. It is time for us to be profoundly, sincerely responsible and conscious. With this, if everyone takes an inward step with a positive attitude to life, we will not be encountering difficulties or problems in the future with our existence, nor we will find ourselves in a situation that none of us are able to escape to. The situation we face today is the impact we have caused on the planet yesterday and in the past. If you wish to see a tomorrow which is an imaginary, a tomorrow is just an idea. Tomorrow can only exist if today is taken care of. I hope the tomorrow that we all look for, the future, the post situations that we are facing today, we can only see a tomorrow, we can only see a future by taking unnecessary, conscious, responsible actions as today as human beings. Any other ideas that you have, any philosophies and philosophized ideas, the politicized, theologianized, psychological, nonsensical, non-existential dramas will not make our future a better unless we become simply inward, individually responsible, and conscious going forward. It's my wish and my great wish for all to have a peaceful, a joyful, a pleasant experience of life in this brief and impermanent existence that we all live and share.